What is up, guys? Welcome back to Friday Fuel, from unknown to unforgettable. Another Friday, guys. First Friday of the year. Super excited for today. We have a special guest, but before we get into that, drop in the comments where you guys are coming in from. I'm coming in from Arizona. It's beautiful. It's sunny. The sunset is just coming up. So for you guys East Coasters, man, it's nice. We're definitely behind. Joe Camper, let's go. Ryan England, let's go. Guys, I'm hyped because I just got my standing desk. And I was up last night, probably putting up for the past 2 hours. And I was like, man, this is tough. But it was so exciting. And one thing that I've realized just in the entrepreneurial journey that I've been going on is that it's honestly really fun figuring things out. And this week, my weekly win, first time putting up Facebook ads and getting an actual person, people to start coming through and to be able to sell 2 policies and literally just get it from all the way to the start, from being able to market them, going out, putting up an ad, setting up my ads, to them coming in, filling out a form, getting a notification that they filled out the form, me calling them, getting them a plan in place, getting them approved, and getting paid is crazy because you have full control and autonomy of the process. And so, I don't know, it gets me really excited because my beliefs on marketing have changed a lot. Just in regards to to really have full autonomy of your business, you have to be good. You have to know how to market. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be a Russell Brunson. But I really believe that to be extremely profitable, you have to bring that in-house. And so it's been super cool to be able to do that. I've been really focused on that, growing that. And if you guys are watching the replay or you guys are watching this on YouTube, wherever you guys are watching it, I know that I've been talking about getting my script out there. It's done. So that should be releasing soon. So I'm super excited about that. If you guys haven't already, I've been posting a ton of content on YouTube. So just look up Johnny Nitafan, posting a ton of YouTube content and just really trying to give back to you guys. But drop in the comments today where you guys are coming in from. Ryan England, appreciate you always coming in here, man. Seriously. And hope everything with the agency is going well so far. Joe Camper got the let's go, the muscle arms emojis. And yeah, let us know. Let StreamYard view your comments so I can get you up on the screen. Ryan England, been watching as much as I can on the YouTube channel. Great stuff, bro. Appreciate you. Seriously. We got somebody coming in from Ohio. Again, please let StreamYard view your profile. And Joe said, speaking of leads and selling a ton of life insurance, Justin about to drop some fire. So yeah, perfect way to segue in. We got Justin Vom Eigen coming in because the reason why I wanted to bring this guy on is because he has one of the best, largest, and unique telesales agencies out there. And so I just wanted to bring him on because he has an absolute I just think he has a great process in place, been able to do over 170,000 in a week. Guys, in a week. Just think about that. My agency's been able to do over 100,000 in a month, but this guy's doing it almost double in a week. And Joe's saying he's shredded. We got Justin Vom Eigen coming in. Thank you so much for coming in here, brother.
There you go. I was muted. What's up, guys?
What's going on, man? Well, dude, shredded and making the money. I mean, what's better than that?
Right? I mean, I don't
know. I love it, man. Well, dude, I wanted to bring you on here because you are one, you're killing it in the content game, and obviously the telesales stuff we've been talking a lot about recently, or had a few conversations. But kind of share what got you started in the LOA type final expense model.
So I was building a telesales team. I was going to build a telesales team independent. And I realized that like I was pretty fortunate in being able to call leads and convert them, even when I was generating them right from Facebook Live in real time, and having them come in and also taking live transfers. I didn't realize how lucky I was to kind of be a natural at being able to convert those leads and have those conversations that led to sales. And
Yeah.
it didn't really take a ton of effort for me. It was just like, yeah, cool. I got this person on the line. I'm going to figure it out as I go through, have a conversation, make a sale. And then as I realized I was recruiting agents and they're like, I would literally, when they'd start, because this was at a time when Facebook leads were like $2 each. So I would get someone like 100 free leads to start. They'd be like, man, I can't sell any of these. These are horrible. And I'm like, I don't know what you mean. I'm selling them. And it just kept happening. And people would leave after they'd have to buy, and then I was making people, I'm like, yo, you got to buy them. You don't have to buy them from me, but other things. And I realized it's a big challenge. And I think that I didn't realize that, like I said, I didn't realize that how challenging it was, just because I had done a bunch of face-to-face appointments too. Not a lot, like a couple months in the field.
Yeah.
Before I transitioned. So I said, you know what? I want to grow and scale an agency. I did not get into insurance to sell insurance for the rest of my life. I came from a car sales background. So I was living at the dealership, and I'm like, I want to build a business where I don't have to be there forever. Like, I didn't want to sell policies forever. Right. So I said, what's the fastest way for me to do this? And I looked at the problem that most agents have getting into the business. They don't have money and they don't have support from the upline. And I get it, right? Like, if I'm an upline and I get a 10% override on my agents, it's like, it's like, figure it out, like, and I got to handle the chargebacks and everything else. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, but you can only put your time into so many people, right? It's like, hey, like, I'll give you some support, but with the LOA model, I'm much more invested in the agent. So, I have we spend a lot of money on leads and software programs. It's easier for us to train and get agents going LOA because everybody's on the same system, so we can jump in and support people on their calls and telesales and closing their sales, because it's very rare to get an agent who can just come in, make a sale, do an application, and not think that's a challenge. So it's easier for us to have it set up this way so people can come in and start making money. And I also found too that our agents started at a lower commission, right? They start at 50% commission plus bonuses. They don't pay for anything. Unlimited leads, live transfers, inbound calls, all that stuff. So yes, the commission percentage is lower. If you're a top producer independent, you're going to say, man, that's a ripoff. I'm making a ton of money doing this. But if you're the other 95% of agents, you may say, well, you know what? 110% of zero is still zero. So maybe it's something I could give a shot at for telesales. But that was just my experience. There are plenty of people doing well, and I was independent, and I encourage that effort in that model. Everybody's got their thing. So LOA for me was a faster way for me to achieve my goal personally. And that's the reason why I went that route. That's all.
Yeah, that makes sense. So when you were generating the Facebook ads, how long did it really take you to like get it nailed down in a process to like you're actually like consistently being able to make sales from it?
A day or two.
Easy money. That's crazy. So you made your first sale after a day of just putting up your ads? Same
day. Yeah.
Wow.
I made 3 sales my first day. Yeah.
How many?
3.
Wow. And how many leads came in?
In the 24-hour period, it was like 100, but I didn't expect that many. It was like, no, it wasn't. It was probably like it was less than 100. It was between 50 and 100. But the ones I made the sales on, it was probably like 30. I think the first 30 that came in, I was just calling them. And
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
How'd you learn how to do it?
I paid someone
to teach you.
Yeah, to teach me. I recommend anybody do that. You can learn it on Facebook. I have videos on YouTube. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube, but I was like, but the thing is, I have agents watching my videos on YouTube to generate their own ads. I have videos on how to make, and now I'm running ads on YouTube and TikTok too. But you see, people will be like, hey, my ads aren't converting. I'll be like, oh, send me, what's it look like? And it's like not what I have on there. So I was like, what? I'm just going to pay an expert to show me. And at that time, it only cost me $500 to pay someone to set it up. And then it was,
that's not bad.
No.
Yeah. And I think that like comes down to like really just buy people's time, because you're going to pay for it in time or money. and you might as well just get the experience, the knowledge, the mistakes and the failures and the lessons and the successes, everything, get it all in a package and just pay $500 because you're probably going to spend $500 over that learning it yourself. And it's going to take more time.
It would have cost me more money to not do that. And that's the way I look at it now, right? Like,
yeah,
I just had a hiccup with some job boards we were running ads on, and I had to come up with several $1,000s real fast to jump to another board that wasn't a pay per day job board. So while I'm, figuring out the problems with the other ones, which I think is resolved, but it was like, I was like, okay, I can spend this $5,000 or I cannot and wait. I can have no recruits for a couple weeks, or I can have some. And it was like, you guys got to evaluate, hey, is me not spending this going to cost me more money than actually spending? It's not a spend at that. I used to think of it as spending money. I'm investing, it's not a spend anymore. So you're going to get a return.
Yeah. And guys, if you haven't already, go check out Justin's YouTube channel. It's right here on the screen. It's in the comments.
Thanks, Joe.
YouTube.com/@final expense. So yeah, go check him out. Great content. I actually, I don't know if I ever told you this. I watched your video on how to make Facebook ads and put them up the next day, which was pretty simple. I was listening to this podcast yesterday with Alex Hormozy, and he's like, a lot of things, if you take 20 hours, you'll be able to actually do it pretty proficiently. You'll be like, but everybody delays and waits years to start those 20 hours. And I was like, I literally put it on my calendar every single day, from 4 to 6 or 4 to 6:30. I'm like, hey, the next 10, 20 days, I'm going to spend 2 hours a day learning, watching videos on marketing. And now I'm like being able to generate my own leads is crazy. So what's some advice that you could give somebody coming in here and wanting to generate their own leads, but better question yet, what are your beliefs on marketing and generating your own leads?
So it's marketing versus advertising. So marketing, I believe, is like self-promotion, and marketing. So if I could go back to when I started, I'd have started a YouTube channel to attract final expense audience and an insurance audience to myself. And I would have learned how to advertise right away, because advertising is going to bring you an immediate return on your investment if you can convert the leads.
Yeah.
Marketing is longer term down the road, but it's going to be more organic and it's going to keep going. Right. And
yeah.
It's not going to, it's not going to keep costing you money. So that's like the YouTube thing. Right. So I have a YouTube channel now, which I started to help people, but I get people who want to work with me through it. I can actually only hire out of Florida because of the territories of my agency right now, but I may change in the future. But I get people, I refer them to other places. And that was something I didn't really anticipate coming out of because I see other people's YouTube channels. They're like, they recruit directly through it, which I get it. And I know what they're doing. I didn't start it in that sense, and now people come to me that way. So it's like, oh, something happened I didn't realize. So in achieving that, I realized, hey, if I'm brand new starting out, what I would do is go back. I would start a YouTube channel on to attract the final expense audience, which is something that I want to start over the next year. But anybody can do it. And then it would be to learn the advertising. How do I run paid ads for stuff and convert the leads? But if you're an agent, like just learning, I wouldn't start in telesales, especially if you've never been in sales. Excuse me. I would run some appointments, do some face-to-face, learn the applications, learn the products, learn the presentation. It's not that much different. It wasn't that much different for me going face-to-face to telesales. It was actually more convenient. So I'd recommend that. Look, get your marketing and advertising down. You can be a bad salesperson. If you have enough leads to talk to, you're going to make money. You can be the best salesperson. If you don't have any leads to talk to, you're not going to make any money. So,
yeah. And that's where my beliefs have really changed on it, because I'm like, you don't have to be an insane salesperson and closer if you have great marketing behind you. So, and it's a bigger value proposition, because you think about it, all these people are flooding to lead vendors, and it's like, why? It's because they don't have that skill. So they're actually spending hundreds of thousands of dollars with lead vendors when they could dump that into sales, build. I don't know. I'm giving all the secrets away, guys, but that's okay. I think it's this. I'm trying to help you guys out, and just like what has helped me.
Yeah.
Ryan saying Justin's audio is
Oh
fantastic.
yeah.
I'm going to start a
Cool.
YouTube channel. I'd love to hear what kind of mic you're using, Justin.
It's a Shure SM7B, and then you have to get a Zoom P4 podcast port because it's like the hardcore like studio mic, so it doesn't have a normal jack. It's got this like crazy looking jack. You have to put it into a Zoom PodTrack P4. It's called. The microphone's Shure SM7B SHURE. It's like the popular podcast mic. The whole setup was like $600, but I found that for my YouTube videos, my retention increased with better audio more than a better camera. So I invested in the
That's
mic.
not bad. That's really good. Just saying Justin's a legend. Still waiting for him to come to Austin. I love it.
I'm
And
down, man.
bingo, investment versus expense mindset is huge. We all need to think about spending as more investing in our business versus cost. I love it. Joe's asking, what is your daily routine?
I just wing it, you know. I wake up early, go to the gym. I work out 3 days a week. I get up at 4:30, get to the gym by 5, 3 days a week. And then I get to and then the other days I try to get to the office by like 6. I'll sleep maybe a little later. When I get to the office, I get a piece of paper. I buy 8.5 by 14-inch paper, so it's extra long. I write down my goals for the quarter at the top, and then I break my goals into different categories and my to-do list for the day to accomplish each of those goals. I try to time block that the week ahead so that I have my schedule written out. I never really follow it exactly, but it gives me an idea of what I'm going to do. And then I just go through the day, and I go through them based on priority, and some are timed. I set out my schedule based on certain process I go through to schedule my week out, and then I just check things off as I go. I just try to bang out all the things on my list there, and if I can do that, I know I'm making progress on my goals.
Yeah.
And if something comes up that's a fire I have to put out, it's like, hey, that takes priority. And I'm usually in bed by like 8:15, sometimes 7:30. I read a book before bed for like half hour till I'm about to fall asleep, then I go to bed. So it's my routine. Friday nights, Saturday nights, I play video games. I like to travel. I can kind of do this from wherever. So, I'll go all over, and that's kind of my routine.
I love it. And that's what's cool, and the freedom that brings with telesales is because if you're able to learn the skill of selling somebody over the phone that you've never seen before, you can do it wherever you want. I mean, I was able to do it in Hawaii, Texas, California, here in Arizona, all over the place. So that's really cool. So talk to me about your process in terms of say somebody comes through, just fills out the form. How are you going about that? Are you are you calling them right away? Do you have people like a text that goes out? What's that look like?
So now we run ads for 300 agents, so it's a little different. It's not like when it was just me, but run ads for leads for 300 agents. And we spend a lot of money every week. But if I was just to go do it independent, I would be running ads, and I would have it be opt-in compliant for text messages, because our agency has gotten hit with TCPA complaints for texting before. Unfortunately, we were opted in, but if we weren't, then it's a fine. And there's ambulance chasers too that'll try to hunt you down and get you money for that. And as a new agent, you don't want a $20,000 fine. A lot of people couldn't afford that, so it's a lot. So I'd make them compliant to text for automated text. Someone call. I used to have is I'd have it go from an ad to a landing page. And then from the landing page, I actually have a website. I mean, not a website, a YouTube video on how to do this. Anybody who buys Unbounce with my affiliate link, I'll send you the landing page. You don't even have to buy it with my affiliate link. I don't care. I get like $10 a month for it or whatever. It's not a big deal. But if you already have Unbounce, it's like my favorite landing page builder. I like it more than ClickFunnels and all the other ones. So from there, I'd have it so that they'd fill out the form. I would try to prompt in the call in. So more than schedule an appointment on my calendar, I wanted someone calling into me inbound. And right when they fill out the lead form, they'd get a text message saying, "Hey, it appears you've qualified for some additional discounts and benefits. Please, we just need to confirm your eligibility based on a few criteria. Please give us a call at this number with your application number. I'd put like FB135. It's like Facebook. Everybody was FB135. You know what I mean? It was yeah. But I would do that, and then I would have that text message go out once a day for like 7 to 10 days through automations and ClickSend program I use for auto text. ClickSend. And they help you with the compliance too, because if you just send a random text out, they're like, hey, let me see your opt-in stuff. And you know, honestly, when I started, I didn't have opt-in. I didn't really care. But then once I saw like someone get in trouble, I was like, ooh, I don't want to deal with that. So I'd have that go out, you know, for 10 days. And you guys may want a calendar appointment better. You know, I just found for final expense calendar appointments, that wasn't really my thing. But
they don't show up, I feel like.
Yeah, you know, so maybe like 1 out of 3 would. But I really did anything I needed to. Like I would mail people applications. This was like 4 years ago. Like Transamerica still had paper apps. You know, like they didn't have an e-app. I don't even know if they do. They do. Mutual of Omaha barely just had an e-app. I think a lot of the companies I used didn't have. Like they weren't Mutual of Omaha. You weren't even allowed. If they found out you did telesales, they'd pull your writing number. So it was like, you know, I would mail people apps, and so the lead comes in. You guys want to call it as soon as possible. Literally, you'll increase your conversion by like hundreds of % if you call it immediately as that lead comes in. Do not wait. If you feel like you're bothering people, that's your job. You know, you got to reach out to people, and who cares? Like, you know, that's what I said. It's like, well, why you call me so fast? Yeah, exactly. You wanted to buy this. You know, what do you like? You want it now. Why wouldn't I call you now?
Are you triple dialing right away? Is that what you teach people?
Yeah, triple dial. If they don't answer, I send them a text. Try to text them again, call them again in an hour or two. Like I would really try to bug people.
Just get them to answer, because it's about the resolution game. Getting resolution if they want it or not, because you got hundreds of leads coming in.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. What's some other advice that you could give to a new agent wanting to make, say, $10,000 a month?
Yeah. Get good at selling and get good at generating leads or handling leads. You know, even if you buy like telemarketing leads, right? Like that we run a lot of telemarketing leads here too. Probably a little higher percentage of Alzheimer's and dementia in telemarketing leads than you'll get from Facebook or YouTube leads are great. I found YouTube leads are awesome, right? It's a little bit more time into creating the video content in TikTok. It's a little more time into creating the video content for it. And you may have to like pay someone on Fiverr to help you develop the video and stuff. But hey, look, if it costs me $300, $400 for the video, and like the thing is, Facebook, they see a picture of like a funeral, and then it's usually something where it's like, oh, hey, you know, the state approved program or whatever. And then they call it, it's just free. You know, everybody's heard that. And on YouTube though, and TikTok, like they're watching a whole video. So if someone watches a video, it's much higher intent. Like it details the plan. And guys, this is a big thing too, okay? Don't look at cost per lead. Look at cost per conversion. Because if you run ads on Facebook to a Facebook lead form, it's going to be cheaper cost per lead. If you run it to a landing page, you're going to get higher conversions. You're going to get more people answering. I found when I was running it on Facebook lead forms, I was getting much lower amount of people answering. When I had it pushed to a landing page, people were actually putting in their real phone number, and I was getting more sales. So my lead cost went up, but my cost per conversion dropped. So you got to invest in yourself, right? I think this business is deceitfully hard because it's like, I don't even know if it could be defined as a business, right? Because it's not like you have inventory. It's not like I'm selling inventory. I don't have to have a storefront really, right? It's like we're independent contractors, we're entrepreneurs, but it's like it's very easy to get into. You got to get your insurance license. That's it. You're in the insurance business. You get your insurance license.
Yep.
Any other business, you got to pull permits. You got to go through the town. You got to have all the money to put down payments and get rent and all the equipment and all this stuff. So it's like, oh, I'm in business. This was easy. And then we get in, and it's like, you know, they're going to slap you around a little bit to realize like, hey, this isn't as easy as it was. So commit to your personal development, learn sales, learn marketing, learn advertising, and then just don't give up. Once they go to landing page, are you retargeting? No, Ryan, I didn't retarget. I didn't do that before. I found that I don't know. It just, I didn't do it. My lead cost went like way up, and I wasn't retargeting. I was
On
just
retargeting?
What's that?
On retargeting, your cost went up?
Yeah, but I probably wasn't doing it right. So,
Yeah. So you don't have them fill out the form fill. You just send it to a landing page right away, right?
Yeah. So they go to a landing page and they fill out the form on the landing page.
Gotcha. Are you using Go High Level for landing pages? No, you're using, what was it?
Unbounce.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. How many data points are you getting from them on that?
How many what?
Like data points are you getting from them on there?
Name, phone number, and state they live in. That's it. That's when I was having agents hit them. When I was doing it was just me, name and phone number, maybe the state, name and phone number. I'm cool. You can have them put their age, not the date of birth. That's the thing too, is like, I want, like, if you make a landing page, don't do date of birth, have them put age, because date of birth, they may get like frustrated typing the whole thing out. So name, phone number, age. That's it. Name, phone number, state, and age, like as little as possible. You don't have to get the whole application done. That's not the point for me of the landing page. The point is to capture the information of the person who's interested in this product. It's not, get their life story. It's like, that's my job as a salesperson. I'm going to call them, bring them through the presentation, figure out that stuff as I go. As little as possible, your cost per acquisition will go down, and your cost per lead will go down. The less.
What was your cost per acquisition looking like at that point?
About $100, I think. Maybe less. I didn't calculate it until I started having agents, and then as long as I kept it under 200, it was good.
Yeah, that's really good. So I think that's the one thing that I've learned is like not trying to like have them fill out like 10 pieces of stuff. So talk to me about when you're calling them, because what I've done is always like, hey, and reference things that they filled out. Hey, you said your date of birth is this. Is that right? You said that you're whatever. How are you when you call them? How are you going about that? Like talking to them?
Yeah, so I would call them. I'd be like calling you like, "Hey, Johnny."
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny, it's Justin. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for asking. Sounds like you're having a great Friday over there.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, the reason I'm reaching out to you here today is that actually, I think just now, you may still be on the platform. You requested information on the state-approved final expense burial programs on Facebook, and you mentioned that you're actually 74 years young. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, I actually remember that.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Now, was this information for yourself or a loved one?
For myself.
Okay. So there. Now, normally we get I already have insurance. I'm not interested. I'm busy. Something like that.
That's good. Somebody came in here and said, how much do you charge per lead to share with your agents? None, right?
No, there's no. After 4 weeks, there's a $59 a week charge for everything that includes CRM, leads, E&O insurance, everything. But there's and people have 50% commission plus bonuses. So it's not really free leads. You know what I mean? It's like there's a commission sacrifice. I'll be the first to say it's not a free lead because your commission is lower, right? But I don't know, we have pretty good retention rate, and I forgot where I was going. Oh yeah. So, but that $59 a week can be offset legally if you provide people things for free. You technically can't provide someone for free if they're 1099 legally. So as you scale and get a few more people, it's like Department of Labor. You don't want to piss them off. So
yeah, so that it's not like technically free leads and they pay for their CRM.
So no. So everything: CRM, E&O insurance, inbound, outbound leads, non-resident licenses.
Oh, you just charge them for pretty much nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's $59. Well, that's like part of the new agent toolkit. It's called. So $59 a week. But if they hit 5,000 AP and 25 hours of talk time, it ends up being like $9 a week. Like it's offset with activity or production too. So.
Oh, that's good. That's a good way to incentivize them.
Yeah.
Melissa's saying good morning. Appreciate you coming on, Melissa. So I like it. We've covered a lot today. I think I really like it. And guys, if you haven't already, look in the comments. There's Justin's YouTube channel on there where he talks about marketing, sales. I mean, just great stuff. I was looking at your thumbnails. They're very curious. Curiosity killed the cat. I'm like, how to make 20 grand a month? All right. Click.
Yeah. You'll find as you go through YouTube, if you guys create channels, that there's things that people click on. It increases your CTR, which is your click-through rate. And that's an important thing for running ads as well, having a high CTR. And there's analytics within the landing page platforms, a lot of them that you can use to understand that, like where did I lose someone. So money in dollar signs, numbers, and money are things that increase a click-through rate when you're making ads or not ads, videos for people to watch for insurance. So, because greed is the motivator, right? Who's your avatar? Who's your audience? Greed, right? They're greedy. Insurance agents, we get into the business. Greed is the motivator. We want to make money. So how do I appeal to that, to my audience? And that's kind of where I go.
Yeah, that's really good. I was talking to some of my buddies that are marketers yesterday, and we were talking about that, of getting your click-through rate up. So somebody said, "Hey, Justin." So
yo.
But sweet, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on here. If there's anybody that wants to reach out to you or possibly work with you or follow you on your journey, how can they do that?
Just text me 774-606-6847, 774-606-6847, or you can go to youtube.com/@finalexpense. That's my channel. I stole that. The second that handle came out, I was like, I pounced on that. I was waiting for that email. I was thinking like Cody or David Dufour would take it or something, but they didn't. So I did.
Peace. I know. I saw that. I was like, wow, that's you got that early. But love it, man. Well, super appreciative of you coming on here. Guys, if you haven't already, go check them out. And then if you haven't already, subscribe. Drop in the comments what you learned. And I'm looking forward to see you guys on the next one. Go put some fuel on the fire. Let's go. 2023, big things coming. We got big names coming on here as well. So stay tuned every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 p.m. or a.m. Central Time, or what is it, Pacific Time. Thanks so much for coming in, guys. See you on the next one. Peace.
Hey.